Most of y'all already know that I've absolutely loved crossing over different superheroes from your DC to Marvel with different animes. Now, for the most part, I've done like My Hero Academia because honestly, I feel like having a superhero world, it fits pretty damn perfectly. But I was like, hey, I want to do other animes too because I want to cross them over with different superheroes. So today I decided, hey, why not? Let's do that specifically with the one and only Batman. And I decided, let's talk about what if Batman trained Naruto. Now, I'm gonna start by saying this. It's not an easy thing to get the Batman into this universe. It would definitely have to take some shenanigans in terms of, plopping him in via like some space-time dimensional portal. And I know that to be the reality. And there's a lot of things that really wouldn't affect Naruto in the way that it could have if we're talking about way later in Naruto's kind of timeline when he becomes the Hokage. And another thing I gotta say before I start going into some of the things that Batman could genuinely help Naruto with is that we know that Naruto is in a different timeline, like a different time period. And that's very, very, very important to think about, especially because Batman also doesn't have the usage of chakra and stuff like that. Now, could he totally learn all of those things? 1000%. Batman is a freak specimen, is a master martial artist, and so many different things. And on top of the fact that Naruto already becomes, well, the Hokage, the strongest really ever, we all know that it's only up from here, and adding Batman would only make Naruto better. Now, for the very starters, and the very first thing I want to talk about is just giving Naruto a mentor figure. Bruce Wayne would be able to be a mentor figure for Naruto. Now, would he be a traditional mentor? Of course not. He would definitely not be a traditional mentor, but Batman has taken on troubled kids all the time. From your Dick Graysons, from your Jason Todds, your Tim Drakes, and so on and so forth. The list goes on and on. From your troubled kids to your kids that have lost practically everything, to people, to a kid that straight up took a wheel off the freaking Batmobile, right? He has dealt with straight up troubled kids, and the personality of Naruto wouldn't be that much different than some of the kids that he's trained himself into Robins. So it's not too far-fetched to think that Batman would be able to properly train Naruto in different aspects outside of chakra. Now, if Batman somehow got his hands on certain scrolls, certain things, certain ideas, then of course he'll be able to help Naruto beyond absolute belief. But I believe that Bruce Wayne, or, well, Batman, would run into a kid by the name of Naruto, who straight up is getting ostracized by his entire village. He walks the streets after he gets sent through a dimensional portal. He walks through the streets wondering, where the hell am I? What is going on? And what is this place? It's a village looking like area, but he can tell that the technology isn't what it normally is. But he can also see that all these people are wearing some sort of headband, and a lot of them look like they're proficient fighters. Batman continues to walk around trying to get the lay of the landscape, introduces himself to a couple people, but really doesn't know anything that's happening. But one thing he does see quite a bit is a troublemaking kid, Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto messing around, doing rambunctious things, but on top of that, he is being ignored, ostracized, and absolutely horribly treated by every single villager in the Hidden Leaf. And this is where it really messes with Bruce, thinking that this is odd. Why the heck is he being treated this way? Why the heck is this random kid that he doesn't know being treated in such way? And he doesn't even figure this out until later, after a couple days of actually working with Naruto. Because I honestly believe he would approach Naruto pretty damn soon. He would definitely approach him, make sure that he's okay, make sure that he's, in a proper place, make sure he's in a good spot, even though he doesn't have money or anything to really help Naruto with that. But after a couple days of not only researching and figuring out what happened and why Naruto is being ostracized, he would eventually learn that Naruto is the Jinchuriki of the nine-tailed fox, the same giant beast, tailed beast that laid waste to the Hidden Leaf Village. And this would add up to Batman or Bruce Wayne. He would think, you know what? Fear is one hell of a thing. People will point their finger at anyone, even if they are the reason why their village is safe. They believe that one day maybe the nine-tailed fox will pop out and kill them all once again, or terrorize them all once again. And Naruto, well, he's the one that's holding that nine-tailed fox, and he's the one that is a monster himself, and he's the one and is the reason why a Hokage, the fourth Hokage, died, in which obviously we're talking about Naruto's father and the death of Kushina. And these are the things that the villagers are thinking about. Now, Bruce believes that this is ridiculous. I mean, ridiculous in the fact of you're blaming a child for something that really he should be praised as a hero for. So this is when he believes that, you know what, I'm going to put this person's or Naruto's kind of future in my own hands. He talks to Naruto. He wants to know more about it. He wants to see what's going on. And Naruto even says that most people just, they're scared of him. They treat him like garbage or whatever. And very few people don't. In which Bruce tells him, like, look, whatever you want to be, whatever you were reaching for, you can get there. In which, of course, he gives him a little bit of motivation, but asks him, what does he want to be? What does he truly want to be? In which he says he wants to be the Hokage, in which, of course, Bruce already knows through research what the Hokage is, and it didn't take long to figure it out. So Bruce basically tells him, like, you can be the Hokage, but it's going to take more than anything you could possibly imagine. Training, understanding every single aspect of a Hokage. It seems to him or to Bruce that it's not just power, it's responsibility, it's understanding, it's intelligence, it's knowledge, it's really finding yourself the right pathway to becoming that. In which he basically tells the kid that he'll train him, he'll condition him, he'll train him, and he'll put him on the right pathway. Which even Naruto would bring up, like, oh, well, are you gonna teach me like new chakra techniques, maybe even some new jutsus? I mean, seriously, what can you teach me? And when she tells Naruto, he actually can't teach him any of that. He can't. But he can teach him some things that will help him no matter what. That will help him in the grand scheme of things, even if it isn't chakra based, even if it isn't jutsu based. And he tells him that he can teach him so much. And what is Batman? What can he teach Naruto? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. For starters, he can turn Naruto into a freaking tactical genius. Batman is a master strategist. He always has several different planning stages, moves ahead of every single person, and this guidance would allow Naruto to develop a extremely sharp tactical mindset. He could learn to analyze opponents like insanely well before even rushing in, instead of just relying on either brute force or instinct, which we know that Naruto has a tendency of doing, especially in the earlier days of Naruto. Naruto didn't really plan a ton for certain enemies, but now he would be drilled into his head this specifically. Bruce would tell him, like, so much in battle, that deception, misdirection, deep battle analysis, this is all extremely important. Now, Naruto himself, he's very, you could call him kind of have a balloon, he's a little airhead, he's a little balloon headed. So it's going to be hard for him to learn these things, but when he gets a grasp of it, I mean, this will make him a different level. And of course, we could talk about peak physical conditioning. This is something that Naruto would definitely benefit from, but it's not something that we have to really go super deep into, because of course Naruto's stamina is already pretty insane thanks to the nine-tailed fox just being within him, or him being the Jinchuriki. But the main thing is Batman's intense training already pushed his own body to an insane limit. So imagine what it would push Naruto's body to. And on top of that, Naruto would be able to start learning martial arts, hand-to-hand combat techniques, insane hand-to-hand combat techniques, by the way, because don't get it twisted, Batman is a freaking monster in terms of straight hands. I mean, in my opinion, he's far better than a lot of Naruto characters, if not every Naruto character, at straight hand-to-hand combat. Like, Batman is absolutely elite. And of course he has to be. He doesn't have superpowers, right? He doesn't have these insane powers that he can use to take down certain people. I mean, he can throw hands with someone like Bane, who is extremely just insanely strong, ridiculously strong, and he does it through wit and also being a master strategist, but also having insane combat skills, or really insane hands, and that's what it is. And Batman would be able to really help Naruto in that aspect, which is a pretty big aspect of fighting in the Naruto universe. But of course, chakra and stuff like that, that's a big thing too. But another thing that could really be insane, outside of just, having complements to his strong taijutsu, it would be his stealth and infiltration. Genuinely, Batman is known for using stealth, using the night and using the darkness to his massive advantage, right? And if he can give that to Naruto, he would genuinely become a true ninja. Someone who is silent, undetectable, can take down enemies before they're even shown. I mean, even with his Shadow Clone Jutsu later on in the story, or it's not that much later on, but you know what I mean, because this would be like pre-stealing the scroll and stuff like that. And his Shadow Clone Jutsu would be at an even more insane advantage because of his advanced infiltration and also stealth techniques that Batman would genuinely be able to give him. But that's not the only thing Batman can really do, and not really the main thing Batman does, because the main thing, in my opinion, Batman does is he has fear and intimidation. Now, I will say this, Batman himself can't necessarily transfer this to Naruto, but Naruto could eventually in the later years understand and get the mastering of the fear and intimidation like techniques, especially when he starts weaponizing and using the Nine-Tails Fox. I know weaponizing is kind of a bad way of putting it, but it is the truth, especially when he knows that his reputation as the Jinchuriki scares a lot of people. He could definitely use it as a fear and an intimidation factor, especially added to his stealth factor and infiltration. It would be absolutely insane for him to utilize. Now, I will say this, we're not going to get some sort of Naruto who is not happy-go-lucky and smiley. That's just the reality of it. A lot of the Robins that ended up coming out of the training, of course, weren't really this crazy broody type, right? Now, I will say Red Hood or Jason Todd definitely falls along those lines, but we're talking about Naruto here, right? He would definitely be a little bit more quirky, a little bit more like happy-go-lucky than your Jason Todd for sure, but he would definitely have a little bit of that seriousness if need be. And that's a big thing for Naruto's training, and a big thing for his future use of this, because this could help him in a vast amount of scenarios if he's just tracking down certain people, or if he's trying to find a way to basically get information out of somebody, which we have seen kind of these ninjas or these shinobis do this quite a bit. And that is a big part of Batman's kind of arsenal, and it would definitely help Naruto, just probably wouldn't help him the way it helps Batman to a large degree. Now, this is where we go into a little bit of the kind of differential of future and past, because obviously Naruto doesn't have the advanced technology that Batman would have, in terms of, some of the stuff that Batman would have, like your more advanced things. But in terms of batarangs, you could just replace them with kunais and stuff like that. We have smoke bombs, and Naruto has some sort of a grappling hook he could utilize, right? But it's not like your traditional straight up grappling hook like that Batman would use. But Naruto could be taught, and Batman could teach Naruto how to utilize your kunais to a different level, your smoke bombs to an absolute different level. We have seen like your Itachis utilize these kunais in like insane ways. We have seen other people utilize them in insane ways, and part of his early training was utilizing these kunais. So imagine a greater version of that. Naruto learning from somebody who uses batarangs and who is extremely lethal with kunai-like weapons or knife-like weapons that you can throw, right? This is what batarangs are for the most part, and he would be lethal at it, and he'd be able to teach Naruto how to be lethal with them. Same thing with smoke bombs and your pseudo grappling hooks, your ninja tools. It'll be far more efficient with Naruto, especially in his earlier years, and that's a big thing, right? I think in his earlier years, he would get such a big jump, like a way bigger jump than you could possibly even think of, right? I think that's a big thing for Naruto, is he did have his struggles, did have his mess ups, but having Batman train Naruto earlier on would definitely minimize a lot of those mess ups, especially when Naruto gains a little bit more of a disciplined mentality. I think Naruto still would have that free-spirited, impulsive personality, but I think Batman would be able to not completely erase it, but just instill more of a disciplined, focused, and a slightly more calculated approach. At the end of the day, he would definitely need to be reeled in a little bit, and we've seen that with Naruto. He needed to be reeled in a little bit, and I think Batman would be able to grant him that specifically, would be able to grant him that more calculated, that more understanding like mindset, and the more problem solving like mindset. And Naruto would definitely be thinking before acting and controlling his emotions a lot better in higher stakes battles. I mean, shoot, I said that Batman's best thing is fear and intimidation. Some may say martial arts, but I mean, at the end of the day, I wouldn't be too mad if you said that his detective skills are the best aspect of Batman, and giving those to Naruto as well, or at least an aspect of them, would be beneficial no matter what. I mean, he would be like a ninja detective, a shinobi detective. I mean, able to track and analyze threats like straight up never before. He's never really been able to do stuff like this, and granting him access to those things, I mean, we're talking absolute insanity with Naruto, and his leg up would be ridiculous. He would have an insane leg up on the competition. He would have an insane leg up on Sasuke Uchiha. He would have an insane leg up on any training he possibly does in the near future. And yes, Batman might not be able to teach him chakra-based techniques, jutsus, but he'd be able to help him with his fighting styles, his taijutsu, even if it's, you know, a little bit more or a little bit different than your Naruto anime's based taijutsu. But he would be able to teach Naruto so many different amazing and also extremely useful things that he would be prepared for any training to come. With Jiraiya, with Kakashi, with any single person you're thinking of, he would be prepared for it, because Batman would instill all of those things in him, especially making these earlier fights a lot easier and a lot smarter and thought out. Like, think about it. The Chunin exams, when Naruto ended up outthinking Neji and actually coming up with a plan to defeat Neji, it was pretty damn impressive. But this would be even better for Naruto, because initially he really used a lot of that kind of insane raw power that he had to eventually defeat him. Yes, he did trick him and stuff like that, but Naruto would be able to outthink and also play mind games and strategy and have strategy against Neji that is probably even better than Neji's, who was seen to be some prodigal genius that really wasn't super intelligent and was going to beat the brakes off of Naruto. So Naruto would be even better in this fight, in my opinion, and on top of that, he'd be able to defeat Neji even more spectacularly, and everybody would think of it like, whoa, like that's no mistake. That is no kind of like, oh, well, he got the best of him one time through, you know, some specific strategy. No. He beat him. He defeated him, and he defeated him clear and cut. And you can go down the list of like certain events that happen in Naruto from your Sasuke retrieval arcs, where Naruto wouldn't just blindly chase Naruto, Naruto wouldn't just blindly chase Sasuke. Yes, Naruto's not chasing Naruto. Okay. but he wouldn't just blindly chase Sasuke. He would definitely set up some traps. He would, cut off escape routes. He would be able to manipulate the battlefield and everything that's around him, the surrounding environment, way better than ever before, right? And going into Shippuden, Naruto would be able to blend Batman's kind of stealth, intimidation, his intelligence with his shinobi abilities, his ninja abilities, his skills, and it would make him borderline unstoppable. Like, I truly believe that Batman Training Naruto would put Naruto at a totally different level, or at least his floor would be raised up immensely, and you might as well raise up that ceiling too, because he starts higher, but that means he can go way higher as well. And that's the reality of what Batman could do for Naruto, even though Batman would be placed in this world not knowing what the heck chakra even is. Now, with that said, though, if Batman got a little taste of chakra and started learning how to utilize it, your taijutsus, your ninjutsus, and stuff like that, Naruto would be at a totally different league, a totally different level than you could possibly imagine. But I would love to hear what you guys have to say. What do you think about Batman training Naruto, or what if Batman trained Naruto? Love to hear what you guys had to say about the video, about the concept, and about what you think Batman would be able to do for Naruto. Or do you think I'm overrating Batman and you don't think Naruto would learn that much? Still would love to hear what you guys had to say in the comment section below. With all that said, though, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment down below, all that good stuff. And if you enjoyed this video, YouTube believes you'll enjoy this one, so might as well go check it out.